Good morning, I'm Tim Lennox. On this morning's program, we're going to be talking about, well, exercise. We're going to be talking about mental health, including substance abuse. And we're going to start with the first topic of lots of folks making New Year's promises. You know, I'm going to start exercising. How many do, and how many are still at it some months later? With us right now, we have an exercise physiologist with AUM. Dr. Michelle Olson is here. She's also a fellow of the American College of Sports Medicine for outstanding service to research in exercise. She knows what she's talking about. Good morning, doctor. It's good to see you.
Good morning.
So what is the answer to the question, how big of a promise is it that people make in New Year's, a resolution, I'm going to start exercising and keep it up?
Right. It's very, very common. Everybody makes their New Year's resolutions, and one of them high on the list is always, I'm going to start an exercise program, I'm going to clean up my eating, not eat, so much so late at night, get on a regular schedule, get going, lose weight.
Probably the number one motivating factor in exercise.
It is. Most individuals get on an exercise program with the actual goal of losing weight. And my view on that in terms of the research and what we know and the success rates is that really out of everybody who makes those kinds of resolutions, only about 8%.
No.
Right.
8%?
8% of adults are successful through and through.
Wow.
Meaning they get on a program, they stay on it, they do lose weight, they become healthier, their cholesterol goes down, and it's becoming part that's embedded in their lifestyle. Only 8%.
So what are the 8% doing right, and what are the rest of us doing wrong?
Well, the 8% have probably been already attempting and doing things, walking, reading about eating better. They've probably been doing that before January 1. They've prepared themselves mentally, made the arrangements in terms of where they're going to exercise. It's not something that they really waited until January 1 to do. Exercise and how we eat, it's just part of one's lifestyle. So there's no best time to start. You just start now. You just go for a walk in the park. You just, skip the diet drinks and drink water and make these small changes, and you just stay on a pathway that doesn't really have a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Yeah, I lost, some significant weight back a few years ago just simply by I stopped drinking iced tea, which was my sweet iced tea, of course, which was my drink of choice, and I would drink, half a gallon at least, maybe more. Every day. Mm-hmm. Change that over to straight, just plain water, unsweetened, unsweetened water, and
right.
and it dropped off the pounds.
Right. It's so much of the problem that we're having with too many adults being overweight, having high cholesterol, hypertension is related to physical inactivity in the excess. Just like you were saying. Sweet tea to the excess. Nothing wrong with a couple of glasses of sweet tea. It's the gallon or the half gallon. It's absolutely not getting any physical activity, not getting out and walking for 10-minute segments 3 times a day. That's something, if you have a job, you can do that. That's doable.
I've heard it said that even the minimal, the tiniest things you do, for example, parking at the end of the parking lot and walking into work each day back and forth, even that can make a difference.
All of these kinds of habits. As far as eating, again, it's the sweet tea. You can really eat about anything that you want. You just can't eat everything.
It's a good thing.
It's quantities, it's portion control. And I hate to even use the word control. But individuals who are successful at losing and maintaining a healthy weight and being physically active do not go hungry. That's why dieting doesn't work. If you feel hungry and you are hungry, you're going to eat, you're going to overeat to compensate. And that's not how healthy eating and healthy exercise works. It makes you feel good to engage in healthy eating and a healthy level of physical activity. It makes you feel good. It doesn't make you feel deprived.
How about
it the right way.
How about multiple small meals as opposed to just a few big meals every day?
There is something known as grazing, and that can work very well for individuals, and it's learning what to graze on. Fruits, vegetables, low-fat cheeses, things that help you to keep your tank full so you don't overindulge later. Others do better with the typical breakfast, lunch, dinner, a small snack. So again, it's the quantities. At the end of the day, it's the total number of calories, and whatever way works best for that person based on their age, when they exercise, if they have maybe diabetes. There are many plans that are and can be very successful.
Older folks, do they have a harder time losing the pounds than younger folks?
Well, not necessarily. It's interesting, the research studies on individuals in their 70s and 80s, they can develop changes in their strength, changes in the way their muscles work, very similar to individuals in their 20s and 30s. It's the use it, it's there, it'll work for you, you don't have to lose it, or even if you have, it's never too late, we have found, to start on a physical activity regime.
Okay, we'll talk about that and we'll continue our conversation in just a moment. We're talking with an exercise physiologist from AUM. You're watching Your Community This Week on ABC News.